Hi, this is the Chronicles of Moving Mountains, and I wanted to do this last video for tonight. Um, and Good evening. So basically, I went to church today, and I wanted to make sure that I asked people to continually pray over the men, most in particular, because we need more people to have a stronger calling in the Lord. And me and my friends have kind of like observed that, through these, no matter what church we went to, there's a lot more women involved than there are men. And that's because of one very particular reason is that the enemy does not like good fatherhood and good examples of fatherhood. And so you'll see men that are good providers, but they don't want to have anything to do with spirituality. You will see men that are into spirituality, but they don't make good money. Or you would see men that are having difficulty with setbacks, like, for example, drug addiction, alcoholism, perversion, pornography, and lack of jobs and everything. So you will see that there's a rise in this feminism. But actually right now there's a big turn that's happening, and it's like the moment we started to pray for the men, more men came to church, and it's such a strong response. And we had just been praying for the last 2 weeks. And so in particular, I always pray for the Jewish people, and I looked into the issue of you know mysticism, religion, drug addiction, and it kind of all goes hand in hand. The enemy always tries to pervert the child, who's most especially a male. From the time they're born, there's going to be more disease affecting the boys. There's also more death happening upon the boys. By the time they become teenagers, boys are more likely to commit suicide in their teenage years. There's also more violence and homicides taking place on those teenage years up to adult, and gangsters are almost always men. Then if a person doesn't have those problems, let's say they're a good student, they're talented, there's a big chance they also become gay. So you would see more and more, there's a very limited number of men that become really good parents, along with their spouse, wanting to get married. And so this particular thing, lack of commitment, is part and partial because of the lack of observance of the Word of God. So when I was in Israel, I had observed that the reason for the kippah is actually to hold the men accountable and knowing that God oversees them, and also a reminder that God is over them. And so the rabbi told us that the women don't need a whole lot of reminders. They just naturally come and pray. But the men need a lot of reminders. So with this being said, as we had prayed, me and my friend, we observed that there's a lot of anger towards men that are actually good husbands. They're very frustrated about how well they're able to provide. So there's a lot of insecurity. But also along with that, you will see that the media always portray men in such a wrong light. You don't have very good family men. They show more men that, oh, they're such weak men, they're stupid men, they're senseless men, they're under the table men, they're henpecked. Then you have commercials for Viagra, Cialis, and so Propecia. I mean, anything that kind of like brings about the insecurity of men. Then if you have a person who are gay, that's what they wanted to promote. Modern family, I mean, back to back. So I've observed this, and I could see how it's like the television is used as a portal. Oh, we're Hollywood, copy exactly what we're doing. So I know that the Lord is going to sever a lot of what's going on within that Hollywood system. There's going to be a strong darkness within it, and of course it's going to be placed between them and the innocent people. And the Lord today kind of downloaded in my heart that many of the children within that Hollywood is going to break out and speak. There's going to be a breaking of the ceiling within that Hollywood industry and start talking about pedophilia and also sodomy and also perversion, including diseases. Many of the young children, if you were to look at actors, young actors and actresses, they are defiled within that system. They may have handlers, and they had people that had to keep their mouth shut, and this is the reason why there's a lot of mind control within it. They cannot just control the people, they have to control these actors. And they hold them by the neck, including the parents and the handlers. And that is because if this Hollywood system doesn't hold them by the neck, they almost have to be pharmaceutically induced. They have to be under drug addiction. Because if you want people to be more drug addicted, what you do is you take a sample of people, drug induce them, and give them an essence of fame, money, and everything else. So that young people are gonna like emote and channel this. At the same time, they put that sorcery within every music that they do, with anything that they do, and they call on more people that believe in sorcery. And this is what Hollywood is all about. So, it took me time. I know several years ago in 2010, it came to my knowledge that, okay, well, there's these people that are very influential. And I was noticing that there are ritual stuff, and I honestly didn't want to believe everything that they said there. I'm assuming, okay, we'll take it with a grain of salt. They want attention, and this is a new way for Hollywood to get attention, is to get bad promotions. So they're desecrating their own persona, these different actresses, like quote unquote ritual. I really didn't buy it, but there's something there that is too tangible. Like, you cannot kick it out of your system. Something is weird, and it's working. Whatever this weird thing is, it's working for them. Then I realized that they only recruit people in there if you're into the sorcery. In fact, they were asking me. In fact, I got these sort of little like jobs. Oh, you can get to go. There's some old man that's going to interview you. And I was like, if I wasn't making the money that I'm making now, and I was that desperate, I would probably bite into that apple of deception. These old men, ooh, they needed somebody like me. You're right. But then I knew that I was like, no, I'm doing this video solely for the glory of God. I'm concerned for the people who are committing suicide. I'm concerned for the Muslim population. And I'm taking a lot of risks to put my name here. But my name is Jacqueline Eliera. In Hebrew, that means God appears. Eliera. And it took me to going to Messianic Jewish Church to actually realize that was what they were talking about, Vayera. Well, my middle name is a V. In fact, it stemmed from the word de la Virgen, which was changed to Valer. So I'm telling you my name only because I have a strong calling to do this video. My prayers morning, day, and night is for the truth to come out, because I know the truth. When I die, the enemy cannot threaten me with anything other than, hey, bring you closer to the Lord. If I die today, the enemy has failed. If I die later, the enemy also fails. But it's always, I can only leave this world when God calls me. I know that. There were many instances in my life as a child that could have killed me, and it didn't kill me. And so if I do die, I know I'm in the hands of God. And if I'm doing this video, it's because I know that I don't know when my time is up. But I know that I need to say what I needed to say and pray for what I need to pray for those people that doesn't know the truth. I need to hold on to the truth. And so I have a strong passion to pray for people, and I'm tired of praying in my car, so I started doing YouTube videos, and I hid my name and I hid my face. Then I started to show my face, I hid my name, and now they have my name, they have my face. And this is to show a sense of bravery for those people who doesn't want to speak up. As Christian and Jews, the worst thing we could do, more people will die because we don't use words, and we don't use words that belong to the Bible. So what I'm telling people right now is God did not give us a spirit of timidity and fear, but rather a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. Now, when I was looking at this history of the Kabbalah, history of the Scientology, I realized, okay, ultimately, the enemy of Israel is not just Islam. Islam may be doing the killing, but there's other people that are destroying minds, body, and spirit, and that is paganism. So you will see this Islamic people, they're, the ISIS killing people, in essence, these people are saints. So every drop of blood that falls upon these Christian people that died. The Lord takes vengeance on that. And it's not going to last. So it's a call to prayer. And I know that words are my only ammunition. And I know that I have made mockery out of Islam, and I'm not going to stop right there. I am going to pray for more and more reconnaissance among the Christians and Jews to make it even a bigger harvest for the Lord. It's like this is the time to bring the harvest and to swat all the chaff. And it's like more and more I can sense it in my spirit. I have a strong calling to really pray for more people to be delivered. But I know people have to be delivered within that Hollywood system. At the same time, I want the children and innocent people to be delivered from the influences of this Hollywood, of this Scientology, of this Kabbalism, of this Zohar, of this